Hi guys, this is for my students of architecture. Others can just kind of scroll down. Maybe you can hit a like. Well, my students, this is of your subject vernacular architecture. Let me tell you about the course objectives. And yeah, one thing, online classes cannot be a substitute of your offline classes. Do not bunk your real classes, Anyway, coming back to the point. This subject of vernacular architecture, it looks into the specific styles and communities around India, what they had followed for centuries. We will talk about identifying the subjects that are there around the local, regional and national levels and interpret those. We'll talk about developing a broader sense of understanding the relationship between architecture, environment and the culture, right? So it can broadly be divided into 7 categories. The first one being introduction to the field of vernacular architecture, then the vernacular architecture of Rajasthan, of Gujarat, of the Eastern Hills, Bengal, the North and the South. So broadly like 7 categories. We'll be defining and differentiating the vernacular architecture from contemporary architecture that you have studied earlier, We'll talk about the scope of architecture in the Indian context. We'll talk about factors influencing the vernacular architecture. We'll talk about the building material, the construction techniques in Indian vernacular architecture, and the vernacular architecture of the 21st century. Yeah, of course, vernacular architecture is still there today. When we are talking about the vernacular architecture of Rajasthan, we'll talk about the Bani community and the Bhonga houses of Rajasthan, the Brahmin caste and their Havelis, the Rajputs and their Havelis, the Hindu merchants and their Havelis from Rajasthan, Shekhawati Havelis of Rajasthan, construction techniques and materials which are unique to that particular region. We are located in the eastern part of the country in Bengal, right? As students, you would probably not be so familiar about what is going on in the other parts of the country, what were there before and how we are progressing into architecture. So this is about studying all of it, right? We'll talk about the architecture of Gujarat, Rathfa tribe of Gujarat, the Chodi tribe, the sociology and the planning of northern Gujarat communities, the planning of Saurashtra, sociology and planning of Muslim communities in Gujarat, and the woodworking details, right? When we come to this Eastern Hills, we'll talk about a part of Khasi Hills of Meghalaya, the Bodo, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland and all other northeastern states, right? Manipur and all. Studying Bengal, coming back at home, we'll be studying about the much celebrated 8-roof structure of house of Bengal style, the 4-roof house of structure of Bengal style, then what bungalow, the word bungalow that has come from, derivative of bungalow from Bengal, yeah. Then going into the north, about the regional topography, the local climate, settlement patterns, the construction and the material technologies of that particular region. And further south, when you are going down south, we will be talking about the settlement patterns and architecture in the different part and the regional topography that is there in the south. We'll be reading the books which are specifically for this particular subject, which we had told you earlier probably in the classes. Traditional Buildings of India, 1998 by Dawson Berry and Cooperelli. The Penguin Guide to the Monuments of India. The History of Architecture, Design and Technology Press, London, 1990. And a couple of others of the Cambridge University from Mapin Publishers and Oxford Universities, right? Will be when we'll be studying about this subject. We'll go into the details regarding an insight of developing a broader sense of understanding of how and whereabouts of each particular region is, and the national vernacular tribes and traditions of India. Right?